This is the PL-89 Gematriatic Quantum Thought Calendar for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, and it is the fourth day of the week, the 24th day of Elul, 5785, Parshat Nitzavim, and the Daf Yomi is Zevachim 3. And it's the second page of Zevachim, but it's Zevachim page 3. I explained that the other day, but I might as well explain it again. The Talmud Bavli, the Babylonian Talmud, the way the editions that we have it now is printed, is the second page. The first page always has page 2 on it. It never starts with page 1. And so if you're on page 3, you're actually on the second page. And so we're on page number 2. We're also on page 3. And I think that a reason that there's many reasons, but one reason I thought of is that it's kind of like it makes to settling the fine line disputes. If you say page 3 and you say page 2, you're both right, because it is page 3 because it's page number 3, but it's page 2 because it's the second page. And I think this kind of thinking is prevalent throughout the Talmud and really can explain a lot of times why it says these two are right, because it's just a matter of how you see it. I think that's one of my favorite reasons, although there's other reasons as well. But anyway, PL-89 Gematriatic Quantum Thought Calendar. This is the way I present it is it's a theory of everything that presents itself in calendar form. It's a mixture, a combination, a fusion, a synergy of many different calendars. Most prominently, the Hebrew calendar used today and the Gregorian calendar, the two most common calendars, at least in my world and in many people's worlds, most, I think maybe the world. And other calendars too. I included the Islamic calendar because it's a lunar calendar, but it has an interesting property to it, is that it floats around because it doesn't have, it's only, no pun intended, sol meaning sun, but it's a strictly lunar calendar, and doesn't have any, I'm not sure how to explain it, but basically as a result of it being only lunar, it drifts throughout the different seasons of the year. And so, but the number is close to the Jewish, like today is the 24th day of Elul, and on the Islamic calendar it's the 25th day of Rabi Elawal, which is the third month on the Islamic calendar. But and it's also a Daf Yomi calendar, and it is a Julian calendar, and perhaps there isn't any limit to what other kinds of calendars, but they have to fit in here, and they're used in this 80 and 90. It's 80 and 90 box. There's 80 boxes that you can see on this page, meaning 8 columns, 10 rows, and then there's an invisible line here that's still very much in play. So it's 80 or 90 days. That's one of the reasons why it's called the PL-89 calendar. One of the many reasons. But today, on the PL-89 calendar for September 17th, the box number is 39. The coordinates for 39 are G6. G6 is box number 39, and this box represents the 17th day of any month in this dispensation. When I say this dispensation, I mean there's different dispensations on when you do the starting point. And in this dispensation, the starting points are to use a common astrological term, the fixed months. The fixed months are the starting points of this dispensation. Those are months like August, November, February, and May. Those are the fixed seasons. And in dispensation 1, which is identified as 8. It started here, the starting point was the mutable months, meaning months like September, December, March, June, the mutable months. And in the second dispensation, the starting point was the cardinal months. Those are months like April, July, October, and January. So, 39 is box 17 because today is September 17th and we're in 39. And the rule of 40 states that any box, if you add 40 to it, it's considered the same number. Not for quantifying, for identifying. So 39 is 79, is 119, 159, 199, etc. By the way, my order number was 159 today. The shawarma place. So that's another connection. I didn't think about that. But, so I stopped, the thought train stopped at 159, right? But if you add 40, you keep going. So if 39 is the patriarch, then one of its descendants, so to speak, is going to be 439, right? You add 40. 839, 2,039,039. Just add 40. It's all the same number. And this is a method, this is a technique of the gematriatic thought calendar, and the time counterpart, the time aspect, is called gematriona. Gematriona, see, I was ambivalent about, I didn't know, sometimes you want to connect. See, the idea is that the box number 39 is for the 17th of September, and box number 19 is for the 24th day of Elul. But sometimes you're at a loss of how to connect it. What does that have to do today? Like, okay, yeah, 159 was my order number, so that's 159 equals 39 by the rule of 40. But, okay, there's a lot of things that happen in your day, and the order number to your shawarma is not just going to be edifying to everybody. It's gonna be cool for me, but I don't think anyone here is going to be interested in that. But if I tell you something about the Bible, if I tell you something about gematria that you can connect and say, "Wow, that's a real good connection," that will edify. That will be that will illuminate. That will be inspiring. So I was on the fence, and gematriona, as I mentioned, is the time counterpart. Gematriona is when you want to think about something and you don't know what to think about. You look at the clock and you see what time it is. And if it's 4:19 p.m., then you go, Ani Mashiach. I'm the Messiah. Why? Because the words Ani Mashiach equals 4:19. And that's how it happened today. 19 is the box for Elul 24, which is also today. The coordinates are F7. F7. I want to see if that was correct. Ani Mashiach. Ani is 61. Mashiach is 358. 61 and 358. Eli. Where are you, Eli? Let's see. Oh, calculator. Where's the calculator? Hold on. 358. Let's see. 360 plus 60 would be 420, right? So 358 plus 361 plus 61. 358 plus 61 would be 419. Ani Mashiach. Okay, so that means that by the rule of 40, 19 is 419, and because I looked at the clock and it was 419, I said I'm going to include that. But that's just two words. I am the Messiah. What do you do with it? You need to connect it. So if you also knew that the word achdut in Hebrew means unity, togetherness. okay, if I said that Ani Mashiach, I'm Messiah, has the same number as the word Achdut, now you're getting a little bit of a closer picture about what Mashiach is supposed to do. I once heard that Achdut is like bringing everyone together. Unfortunately, it's not always the case among Israel, but I once heard a very nice shot about Mashiach. Mem, Shin, Yud, Chet are the letters of Mashiach, Messiah. And that stands for Mem is Mevi, Shin is Shalom, Yud is Yisrael. That's Mashi. What's the Chet? Chet is the Chaloni, the Chasidi, the Charedi, the Chardali, the Chalomi, the dreamer. Okay, so Charedi is the very orthodox. The Chaloni is like secular. Chasidi is Hasidic. Chardali is like a mixture of modern Orthodox, Hebrew, Dati, Leumi kind of a thing. Chalomi, a dreamer. Chachami, a wise person. And there's other echet, but the Mashiach brings all of them together. Mevi, Shalom, of all these different types. And that's what Achdut is. So if I say Ani Mashiach, it's equal to 419. And then I say Achdut equals 419. You can check it on your calculator. Achdut, the way it's spelled. And Ani Mashiach, I'm the Messiah. And you're probably thinking, some of you might think, I don't know, not everybody, this is a little cuckoo, right? It's a little crazy. Well, guess what? Meshuga, the word crazy, is equal to 419. And also, the whole topic, the whole field of Messiah is a little bit kooky. Right? It can be. I think you know what I mean when I say that. It's a little bit out, it's a little out there, not everyone deals with it. But, if I would say that the word Meshuga is equal to 419, the way it's properly spelled, I'm not sure if there's a Vav in there or not. I think without a Vav it's 413, and with a Vav it's 419. If you spell it with a Vav, you know what I noticed typically in Israeli spellings, in modern Hebrew, they're going to add the Vav, and if it's written in the Torah, it's going to be without a Vav. But you can always add a Vav to it. Okay? Like, Yofi can be Yud, Pei Yud in the Torah, but like the Torah will do the minimal amount. But if you look like an Israeli like news, like a magazine or something, or just print it online, the way that in modern Hebrew writes, they're going to add Yofi. They'll do Yud, Vav, Pei, Yud. Okay, I'm not sure why. There might be reasons, but anyway. So Meshuga, a little crazy. Mashiach, Ani Mashiach, I'm the Messiah, and Achdut. But what does that have to do with 39? 39. Remember the rule of 40? You keep adding 40. So 39 plus 40 is 79. 119, 159, 199, Tzedakah. 199 plus 40 is 239. Right? 279. 319. Anyway, you keep going. I'm sorry, 379. Yeah, 319. 359, 399, it's showing. 399 plus 40 is 439. Stop right there. Rega Nahag, please stop at the bus stop, at the bus station of 439. What's 439? Galut. Galus, exile. There is a very clear connection between Galus, exile, and Ani Mashiach. And in the rule of 40 is really the rule of 20. In fact, it's the rule of 40 is because it's 20. Meaning, in the PL-89 calendar, there's two coordinates. They're called the integral numbers. It's not just 20 and 40. It's actually 8, 28, 20, 40, 8, 28, 20, 40. Those are the four, I call them integral numbers. They're like the hinges. And so, if you'll notice, it's all 20. Like 8 plus 20 is 28, and then 20 plus 20 is 40. It's based on 20. So today, as it would have it, 19 plus 20 is 39. So it follows in that same same format. So it's interesting that today we have 19 and 39, and we have Gullus in 439, and we have Ani Mashiach on the other one. So you can see how those are connected. That's the PL-89 for September 17, 2025, and 24L 575.